Hi Virgo, and welcome to your July predictions reading. This is going to be a general predictions reading focusing on the month of July specifically. So if you're looking for more of a love predictions reading, I do have your mid-June to mid-July predictions on my channel, or you should stay subscribed or be subscribed in the first place if you want to keep an eye out for that mid-July to mid-August love predictions reading, which will be going up very soon in the next 2 weeks. Let's get into it, Virgo. I'm going to start by pulling 3 cards from this tarot deck. These 3 cards will tell us what your main 3 themes will be for the month of July. I'll clarify with some tarot, and then we'll get some advice after we have some more specific messages as well. So let's have a look, Virgo. What can Virgo expect in the month of July, please, Spirit? What can Virgo expect? We have the 9. Oh, we have the 9 of Wands upright. I heard who hurt you? Gosh. What can Virgo expect in the month of July, please, Spirit? What can Virgo expect in the month of July? We have the Ace of Swords in the reverse position for you as your second theme. What can Virgo expect in the month of July? We also have the 7 of Coins reversed. So 2 reversals. Back of the deck we have the Moon. All right, how do I feel about this? The Moon is interesting because I feel like you're seeing something clearly here. Something that was a major blockage for you, that was standing in the way of what you really wanted for yourself, is clearing up. You're seeing clearly. You're seeing the truth. This is helping you work closer or faster towards your goals. I see some of you really knuckling down and feeling a sense of progress towards goals that you've made for yourself. I do see you ticking boxes and feeling like, oh, I'm actually getting somewhere with this. But I also think that you're a bit frustrated with yourself that it took you this long to get on track. For some of you, there's a feeling of procrastination here, like you just kind of put this off for too long, so you're going to get the chance to do it in July, or you're going to force yourself to do it in July. But for others of you, it just feels like things are happening in a way where you're seeing something for what it is. The confusion is clearing, the fog is clearing, the heaviness of that situation is clearing for some of you, and you're able to focus more on what is actually happening on this reality. So that Moon reverse just feels like a revealing moment more than anything, but it also feels like it's off the back of you having to kind of pull yourself out of a heavy energy of sadness or just disappointment or loss. That's what it feels like, a heavy energy. Now, your first theme here, Virgo, is the 9 of Wands. So for this card to be upright, I see a major theme for you is trying to really persevere through July. I don't know why, but you seem to be feeling like July is going to be a tricky month or a challenging month. You seem to have high ambitions of what you can do, and you seem very determined to push through any blockages or challenges. You're really putting a lot of energy into your work, into your goals, and you're really trying to overcome any blockages or challenges. You're like, nah, it's not a genuine blockage, I'm going to overcome it. So what's happening here with that 9 of Wands for Virgo, please, Spirit? We have the 10 of Cups. So for some of you, this is because of a family obligation or your sense of happiness. You're trying to reclaim your sense of happiness. What is happening here for Virgo? We have the 6 of Swords in the reverse position. What is happening here for Virgo, Spirit? We have the King of Cups reversed. What is happening here for Virgo? And we have the Emperor. Okay, Earth signs have similar vibes, just different signs. At the back of the deck, we can see the 5 of Swords here. So as the 5 of Swords is reversed, I do see you trying to repair some relationships or some situations where there have been a communication breakdown. Especially if it's a case of you haven't responded to their message yet, or you feel like that person just kind of left you in a situation where you were fumbling. I see you kind of trying to kind of bridge that gap. On top of that though, if somebody's not giving you the time of day to respond to what you thought was a really meaningful message, or you took time to kind of reach out to them and they're not giving you enough time and attention, then I see you just feeling like, okay, well, I'm just going to walk away then because this situation isn't serving me. It feels like your fuse is very short in July. Although you're so determined to kind of power through this month and tick boxes and be proactive, I also see you having a very short fuse. So if you have a temper problem, I see your anger being very flared in July, okay? So on one hand, you're not out of your own sort of box in the sense of, I see you being very accountable and responsible. I see you trying to stay in control of like what is your responsibility. But if somebody isn't pulling their weight, I also see you calling them out or just going, if I can't be bothered, like I'm just going to walk away from that situation. I think some of you are trying to reclaim your happiness and trying to kind of work hard for some sort of well-being goal, or like a feeling of I'm doing this for my family, or I'm doing this for my mental health. With the Six of Swords reversed, the way that you're going about it is very backwards though. It's like we have to go back in order to go forward. We have to talk about what happened in the past in order to focus on our future. Or we have to kind of do some reflective work in order to move forward. I see you kind of going back in order to go forward. And I think that there's a conversation about your past that could be very healing for you in the month of July. However, with the King of Cups reversed, I see some of you clamming up, and I see some of you struggling with the feelings that arise in this conversation. I think that if something is too emotional for you, you may be in a very dissociative mood because you're just not coping well with the way that these feelings are arising. Now, the thing about that King of Cups reversed, you seem to be convinced that your emotions aren't your own this month, and you seem to be blaming other people for how you feel as well, sweet pea. So some people are getting a really different side to you than what they usually see you as. And they're looking at you like, Virgo, what the heck? Like, this isn't what you're usually like. So just be aware of that. Some people are finding it very hard to read you because you're acting very non-characteristically over here, because you seem to be powering through this energy with a sense of, I need to just finish, like I need to get it done, I need to kind of do this, like I need to. And everybody else is like, but do you? Like, do you need to if it's doing this to you, if it's making you like this? Like, really? Maybe like calm down a little bit, Virgo. Like, I'm getting that those close to you or those who are interacting with you throughout the month are just getting a very abrasive energy from you. What else does Virgo need to know about that Nine of Wands, the Four of Wands? So your intentions seem to be good. You seem to be trying to keep the peace, but the more that you try, the more abrasive and chaotic your energy seems to be. Three of Swords reversed. You're trying so hard, Virgo. I don't know what to tell you. You're trying so hard. Listen, I think we just got to get advice. What is the advice in this situation for Virgo? What is the advice with that Nine of Wands for Virgo, please, Spirit? Okay. Wow. It's a throat chakra, third eye chakra energy. So this card says, life is at your service. You are worthy of everything you desire. Give life permission to create through you and become visible through your dreams. So Spirit is saying over here with this theme that, listen, we see you trying hard. We see you putting your all into this. We see you really trying to keep it together and persevere. But I feel like some of your priorities here are a little out of balance. I see some of you emulating the person who you despise in some of your habits here. You know, like I'm seeing you trying to be this really strict, stoic, almost like a fatherly energy. And it's distorting your ability to connect with the situation emotionally and to feel the situation out for what it is. It feels like the vibe is off. But I can't deny that your intentions are so pure, So Spirit is just saying that at the end of the day, life is at your service. You create with your actions, you create with your intentions, and your intentions are on point, sweet pea. So I think that as advice, Spirit is just saying, give life permission to create through you and become visible through your dreams. It's very good to be ambitious, and I think that you can have everything that you want, Virgo, and July is going to show that to you because you are making success, you're making progress. I do see you making progress, but I also think, Virgo, that you're going to receive little warning signs along the way of how your energy towards this success needs to be a little more balanced towards other aspects of your life that matter to you too. Because if you have kids or a partner or you're married, I see them kind of hinting that, like, Virgo, I miss you. Like, Virgo, I miss the old you. Is this really that important to you that you're compromising us for that, even though you're doing that for them, if that makes sense? So that's what I'm seeing there with the Nine of Wands. Let's move forward to the Ace of Swords. So as your second theme, this Ace of Swords reversed feels like you thinking that you've had a bad idea or trying to revisit an idea because you're not happy with the way that this situation is turning out. I think that you're going back to an old idea because you are not happy with how the situation is playing out. That's what it feels like. Sometimes the Ace of Swords can look like a regrettable decision, but I don't think so in your case. I see you revisiting an old idea. Spirit, what is going on with that Ace of Swords for Virgo? We have the Eight of Swords reversed. This is beautiful. It's like, now I can see clearly, so I'm going to try again, or I'm going to try harder is what I heard. We have the Queen of Cups reversed. What is going on with that Ace of Swords reversed for Virgo? The Eight of Wands reversed. What is happening with that Ace of Swords reversed? We also have the Nine of Wands, and it is in the upright position. And at the back of the deck, we have Judgment. So when it comes to this situation, it feels like you're getting a chance to reinvent through an old idea that you had before, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to try to do it again. I've learned, I've gained some wisdom, or I've gained some clarity, and I think I can do this better now. It feels like something you tried to do before, but you're getting the chance in July to do it again, to revisit it. And I think that this time you're very determined to be successful. You don't want to give up, but you're very aware of how limited some of your energy is in general, as well as you're very aware of what didn't go wrong. Some of you are afraid to fail, and you're being very hypercritical of yourself. You want to see success in the early stages, so you're kind of trying to speed this process up and smash it out. For some of you, I see that this is an issue that you've been procrastinating on, and so you're trying to speed it up and do it really quickly. It's like, well, I didn't kind of start this when I should have, so I'm going to have to smash it all out in 1 week. So this is something to be aware of, procrastination, because I see that you're going to get some sort of important notification, and it's going to make you go, oh my God, I need to do this now. This Judgment energy feels like reinvention, as well as, oh wow, like that's a huge wake-up call. As in, like, I need to change my ways in order to make sure that this doesn't happen again, or that this worst case scenario doesn't happen, full stop. The thing about your energy over here, Virgo, is with the Queen of Cups reversed, I see you being very hard on yourself, and I see you getting into a very analytical headspace of literally just trying to go through the motions. If this is a process, you're just following the process. If this is a list, you're just ticking boxes. And it's kind of to the point where I see you, like, if it doesn't go according to plan because you're treating your life so black and white, and then you have such black and white consequences or rules against it as well. It's so interesting because I'm just seeing a lot of emotional blockages for you, whereas you seem to be trying to do all of this to get back into a state of happiness, which is so bizarre. Now with that Eight of Swords reversed, excuse me, I was about to say Wands, because you have two eights here reversed. Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands. The eights for me are about movement and cycles, and for both of them, excuse me, to be blocked, on one hand, you're seeing clearly, the blindfold's off, and you're no longer treating yourself like a hopeless, helpless victim in this situation. You're like, okay, if I can do something, I'm going to do it. But on the other hand, you're forcing energy where energy isn't naturally there. So you're putting so much effort into this to the point where you're almost punishing yourself here. Is there anything else you can tell them about this Ace of Swords, the Hermit? This is about you kind of making up for something, or doing something that you feel you need to do because in the past it didn't work. So it feels like you've learned and you're trying to use some of the skills that you've learned. You're trying to use some of the skills that you've learned in the past. I feel like you want to do something because you don't want to have regrets as well. For some of you, you're dealing with a wake-up call and you're trying to be very careful. The Make Love Not War card is here, Two of Cups reversed. So for some of you Virgos, I see that this has to do with a promise you could have made somebody else in your life, a loved one, for example, or it could have to do with you just trying to address your needs better, even though you seem to also be at a crossroads with somebody else. Like they don't really understand why you have to do it like this though. Yeah, but it just feels like it feels like I can't sleep unless I do this. It almost feels, it reminds me of like OCD tendencies and anxious disorders in general, anxiety disorders in general, where if you don't do it, it just builds, you know? That's what it feels like. So very interesting. I hope that resonates for you because I have no idea what that's talking about. The King of Swords, yeah, you feel like you have to do this, but it doesn't seem to be as fruitful as it could be. The Ten of Wands, you're being so hard on yourself, but you're also learning to balance out your energy in general in July and to sort of not take on too much responsibility. You're learning how to be accountable, responsible, while also going, hey, that's not my problem, which is interesting. A lot of signs are in the same boat. What is the advice here with that Ace of Swords, Spirit, for Virgo in July? I'm sorry, I feel like I'm just rambling for you guys because so much is coming through. So please only take what resonates. I don't know if it's just a wide mix of Virgos or what, but so much energy is coming through. All right. Wow. Your advice has to do with your sacral chakra, a need, a sense of need and desire. Stop wanting more, for you lack nothing. You have everything, you need to get what you dream of. Relax, breathe, be alert, and prepare to receive when the timing is right. So I do think that some of you, this energy over here is about giving yourself an outlet and allowing yourself the opportunity to receive for the efforts that you have been giving as well. But I also think that some of you are just genuinely struggling to relax in the month of July. So this as advice is literally relax and breathe. That's what I'm getting from that card more than anything. Maybe the whole message will be resonating for some of you, but I feel like Spirit is literally just saying relax and breathe here. Relax and breathe. You seem excited, but you also seem to be treating this so seriously as well. So it's like, oh, I've just got to make sure I do it right this time. I've just got to make sure I do this the right way. And I've got to make sure that it's what they would have wanted. It's what I promised them. It's so interesting. It almost feels like you promised someone, so you're so determined to do it. It's interesting. I just think that you're being a bit of a superhuman over here, and you're defying natural instincts by doing what you think is best in that situation, even though on the outside it feels very perplexing. I'll be honest. I'm channeling it and I'm like, why are they doing that though? Like, this doesn't seem to be helpful, but it also seems to be your way of coping with other pressures in your life. So you're kind of trying to get back on track here. And there is that feeling of trying to kind of get back on track in general, especially for those of you who have been procrastinating or delaying energy in certain areas of your life. So that's what I'm seeing with the Ace of Swords. I've got to move forward. I hope that was helpful for you. Let's go to your last theme. We have the Seven of Coins in the reverse position. This Seven of Coins reversed is interesting because you seem so impatient in July. It feels like you've either run out of time or you're just trying to play catch up with with your tasks. In this situation, it feels like you're almost tempted to uproot something and just try all over again. But before you do that, you're going to try to finish what you've started. And if that doesn't work, well, then I'm just going to have to, you know, start all over again. What is the Seven of Coins about, Spirit, for Virgo? We have the Knight of Wands in the upright position. What is the Seven of Coins about for Virgo? We have the Temperance card reversed. What is the Seven of Coins about for Virgo? We have the Ace of Wands reversed. What is the Seven of Coins about for Virgo in July? We have the Fool. And at the back of the deck, we have the Page of Wands. So this Page of Wands is definitely excited. And I think that that's where your energy is at. You're passionate about something in the background here in July. And it has you feeling very antsy. It has you feeling like you want more of it really quickly. So I see some of you guys really sort of obsessing over something here. And it's taking up a lot of your time. And this is the cause of your distractions from your other responsibilities, okay? It feels like this is something that is taking up a lot of our time. We're excited about it. We're passionate about it. We're feeling positive. We feel like this is moving in the right direction, especially because some of us haven't seen movement in this area of our life for a while, or it's been a while since we've been this excited and obsessed about something. For most of you, this is a new hobby or a new interest, but for some of you, this is a love interest, and they have a lot of your attention, Virgo, especially with the Ace of Wands reversed. You're very focused on where the energy is going with this person and why it isn't going as well as it could. For some of you, this situation has you acting very erratic and spontaneous and out of character, and it makes you kind of want to do things you don't usually do. I do see a lot of you preparing for a new beginning in this area of your life, trying to prepare yourself for a leap of faith. You're very excited about it. Whatever it is, whether it's a new person or a new interest in general, you're very excited about it. You're kind of diving into it head first, and it seems to be taking up a lot of your energy. Other things in your life seem to be neglected because of this, but all I can say is this is something that is really raising your energy and impacting your vibration in general. Okay, so if you're struggling to focus or you're finding that other things aren't being successful, it's because you're watering this more than anything else. What does Virgo need to know about this, Spirit? Why is that a main theme in their July? The Nine of Swords reversed. This seems to be your way of coping from other things in your life. You could be using this interest as a form of escapism, but it also seems to be a very positive part of your life that is helping you sort of get away from some of the heavier things that you could be going through. Four of Wands. So a lot of you are focused on this because you can see a successful outcome. It helps balance your energy in general. Maybe it helps ground you as well, something that makes you feel very stable. The only other thing I could tell you, Virgo, with this Four of Wands is a lot of you are hoping for a successful union if it's a person. You're focused on it because it feels like it's going to kind of work in your favor. Spirit, what is the outcome in this situation for Virgo? Dare I ask? What is the outcome with that Seven of Coins? The Chariot. I do see forward movement. I see that things are going to progress in this area of your life because that's the only area of your life that you seem to be giving your best self to with the Two of Pentacles reversed. Something needs to move forward because you're giving so much to it. But I also think that you may be acting prematurely here. I wanted to say immaturely, but I think the best word is prematurely. You're acting before you know everything about the situation, or you're taking action before you do technically have all the information you need. It feels like you're being very naive here, my sweet peas, but I do see forward movement. I see you overcoming your fears and getting the courage to tackle this situation or this person head on. I do see you taking action, Spirit. If this is a person, what are they most likely to do towards Virgo? If this is a person. Oh, sweets. I'm sorry. That just hit Kirk. We have the Ace of Cups reversed. And we have the Queen of Swords reversed. So if this is a person, This person may be hard to get into a relationship. They could be very focused on their own success and independence. This does feel like a case of you getting very attached to them very soon. This person isn't quite warmed up to you yet, sweets. I've got to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you, especially if you're the cross watcher. I feel like you're going to relate to this more. But with the Ace of Cups reversed, this person seems to be more focused on themselves, right? And they're making this situation feel like it's actually just about them. With the Queen of Swords reversed, I do think you need to kind of spend more time talking to this person because they feel like they don't know your mind well enough, Virgo. You may be internalizing a lot, or you may think you're making it obvious to them that you like them, but they feel like the situation is not as warm as you do. You see a lot of warmth. They're seeing you as being very cold and like they just have to focus on themselves. Like Virgo's not even looking at me, so I'm just going to focus on myself. So what is the advice for Virgo in that situation? What is the advice for Virgo in that situation? We have a root chakra card for you. This card came out for a lot of earth signs, okay, or people who have earth, sort of the signs that are connected to an earth sign as well, if that makes sense. So this card says, find clues to help you get nearer to your dreams. Remember, the best clues are often disguised. What clues can you find today? So when this card comes out, for me personally, it represents the need to stay grounded. And to stay grounded in reality, Virgo, I see that this situation has you obsessing and you're kind of attaching yourself to things before reality has had the chance to display the truth to you. My advice to you is to keep seeking your truth, to make your intentions very clear, and to ensure that when you do take this risk, this courageous leap of faith, that you're doing so with the acceptance that maybe you're doing this early, but at the end of the day, if this is what's keeping you positive, then, you know, by all means explore it and keep seeking your truth. I feel like as long as you keep seeking your truth, the truth will find you. So please just stay grounded and accept the information that comes in. I also think that for some of you, you're going to really need to just keep your eyes wide open and receptive. You're so excited that you've kind of got rose-colored glasses, my sweet peas. So stay grounded in reality and keep seeking your truth here, okay? That's what I'm seeing for you, Virgo, when it comes to your month ahead, the month of July. Be sure to subscribe to stay informed of when I do my love predictions reading, because that's going to be very helpful for you, especially. We got love in your reading. I'll be doing those in the next 2 weeks, so I don't really set a date. I just try to go off what energy I have at the time, and I try to make sure that they're up by the middle of the month, so make sure you're subscribed to see those. Thank you so much for tuning in, Virgo. I wish you a prosperous, abundant month ahead. Be sure to take what resonates. Do not let the rest take from you. And I shall connect with you in another video. Bye.